I think obviously a pretty, probably a really fun game to watch for people. A lot of offense, a lot of different pitching changes. I just think it was like an exercise in toughness for our guys. I mean, they showed you how tough they are, how good they are. Again, they've been showing that for a long time. A lot of different contributions. DeMartini and Hunter and Biddison and Herney was tremendous among other. Higgins was very good too. We had a lot of guys that contribute, but again, you don't get to this stage with one or two guys. So just happy for our guys that we get to host the Game 3 at our place. Happy for the fans. Really look forward to tomorrow.
Guys, congratulations. Cade, 5 home runs for your team today. What enabled you guys to swing the bat so well today?
I think we were disciplined, swinging at pitches that we should, looking for balls over the heart of the plate. And, with our guys, we can put the ball out pretty much any part of the field, and that's what we did, just discipline.
For any of the players, what was the mindset of the team today going into this do-or-die game for you guys?
Nothing really different than the way we came into the game yesterday. Coach Sheff always talks about not making it more than it is. It's still a baseball game. Those guys are still as much scared to play us as we are to play them. So I mean, nothing really changed between yesterday and today. It just fell our way today, and we're gonna go out tomorrow with the same attitude, same mindset.
Jonah, 4 innings today, the longest outing of your Virginia Tech career. It was only 5-4 when you came in, so it's still really tight. What's going through your mind, and how do you feel like you pitched over those 4 innings?
I think I did a pretty good job, just trying to do my job and go in and execute pitches, really. Trust my defense behind me, and, yeah, just execute pitches well.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your recruiting journey from JUCO in Oregon and the showcase where you performed and caught the eye of the Hokie staff?
Yeah, so going into my sophomore year, I got invited to a showcase, basically all of the NWACs for that conference, and it was an all-day event, and I faced 4 hitters, and then I think I K'd 2 guys, and then the other 2 got hits, but I was done for the day. It was an all-day event, and then as soon as it was over, I started getting phone calls, and then about a week later, Coach Fecto called me, and he asked, hey, I understand that you're from Hawaii, and I was just wondering if you're willing to play on the East Coast. And, I mean, it was a no-brainer at that point. So took a visit, and now we're here.
Where was that showcase?
I can't remember. I want to say somewhere in Washington. So Coos Bay, where I played, is 11 hours away. So we drove there. It was pretty long journey.
Were your folks back home watching on TV today in the middle of the night?
They were. A lot of family back home were up early to watch the game.
Cade, I'm just curious. What makes Jonah click when he's on the mound, and when you see him rolling like he is today? What's kind of going through your head?
That all of his stuff is just moving the way it should. He throws he's got crazy movement on all 3 of his pitches. And, when he can execute, like he said, it's really hard as a hitter to hit. And, we put it all together today, and, it was fun.
Over here in the back, so I understand that you guys are going into tomorrow, same mindset, same mentality. That being said, a winner-take-all, chance to go to the College World Series, kind of like a Game 7 in your mind. How exciting is that for you? How do you kind of handle the nerves that you may or may not have going into that? Because I'm sure it's a situation you probably have dreamt of.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, one of my buddies texted me yesterday. He's like, "Hey, man, this is what we talk about when we're little kids. This is what we play for. We play to go to Omaha. It's one of the dreams that I've had, and I'm sure a lot of other guys share the same dream. So yeah, the game will probably be a little emotional. We're gonna play with some fire, but we're just gonna try and stay on the same ride, not on the roller coaster of emotions. Just stay as plain as possible."
John, do you have any advice you would give him, or is you're at the point now where you don't have to say much to them?
I just keep saying the same thing. And advice-wise, you know, if you get caught up in the emotion like D-Mart's talking about, you're done. So I think our guys have done a very good job of just being we got a lot of stale toast in our dugout, stale, dry toast. And the drier the toast, the better the performance. But if you're going to go up and down on a roller coaster, on a Ferris wheel, it ain't going to be good.
The up and down Ferris wheel notwithstanding, was it relaxing at all when Biddison hits the second pitch of the game out of the park and gives you that 1-0 lead right away?
I mean, it was good that happened, and I mean, it takes a little bit of the air out of the balloon, so to speak, you know. And I mean, a guy like Nick has been here before in these type of situations, and he can handle whatever you throw at him as far as situation-wise. But you know, you're in the first inning. You got a long way to go. In a game like this is every bit of a marathon. Any one of these NCAA tournament games is a marathon. And but it was important for us to get off to a good start, and he gave us that good start, and it was good from there.
Cade, you guys hit 3 of your home runs off their starter in those first bunch of innings there. What were you seeing from him today, I guess, their starter that enabled you guys to jump on him early?
Yeah, I know at least for me, he in my first at-bat, he challenged me with a bunch of fastballs and made some good pitches. And I took that mindset in my second at-bat, and he challenged me with one again. I ended up getting it. But the big thing is just, you know, attacking pitches in our zones. We knew that he was going to challenge us. We knew he had a good fastball, and we just didn't miss it.
And then whose idea was it before yesterday, since you couldn't bring out the sledgehammer, whose idea was it instead of doing no celebration, you said, all right, well, we'll just pretend to do the sledgehammer?
I think it was kind of just a group effort.
It was his decision, his idea.
Yeah, maybe it was him. But,
a good idea, too.
It was just kind of like, if you're going to take away, you know, what the Hokies are, we're just going to do it anyway, and you know, in a kind of sarcastic fashion. But it's got the same feel, I think.
To add to that really quickly, that's total crap from the NCAA. That's all I got.
And so, but is Coach right? Did you address the team yesterday or the day before, or something like that, about came up with that idea?
I just thought it was. I mean, you see Tennessee hit their home run and put their fur coat on. You see Texas hit their home run, put their helmet on. But what's the NCAA got to do to come over here and tell us that we can't slam our own hammer at our own park? There's a lot of things. It's funny. There's some guys on the team that kind of talk like it's almost like being in a prison in your own ballpark. The NCAA likes to control things. They like to make it the way that they want to make it. The fans come out for the hammer. They want to see us slam the hammer. I think it's total crap that we can't slam the hammer, but we're not going to let that affect us. We're going to slam an air hammer, so it is what it is.
And then Carson, Cade, what enabled you guys to kind of bounce back into some of the key moments? I know yesterday you're 0 for 7 in runners in score position, 4 for 8 today, 7 for 15 with 2 outs, 4 2-out runs. What enabled the success in those kind of key moments?
Just trusting what we can do. Yesterday just didn't go our way. We got the barrel of the ball today and scored some runs when we needed to.
Just spot on there. Nothing different. Just trying to do what we can do.
And then Jonah, you know, in that kind of the second inning you were working, you know, you had a 5-run lead going into that one after kind of getting thrown into a tight jam earlier on. Is there a little more kind of comfort or like, all right, I can be a little more aggressive pitching? I don't feel like I have to dance around at times when it's a 5-run lead compared to a 1-run lead.
I'd say it's the same mentality. It's more or less just about trusting my teammates. Like, we've got my back on the field, and then when we get into a hit, like, we expect to put up big numbers and do damage. So it's just having trust in everybody.
John, as much as fans and we in the media might focus on home runs and such, after you scored your first 6 on home runs today, you scored on a pass ball, a couple of singles, double steal, and then the squeeze by Malinowski. How complete does that tell people that your team is from a fundamental standpoint?
Well, I think you said it right there. I mean, I'd like to think if you're watching that game and you know anything about baseball that it's telling you that we can score runs different ways, and we will at times when we have to. I mean, when Eddie put that safety squeeze down, it was the third run of the inning, and we worked pretty hard to put together 3-run innings, and that was the third run. So that kind of played into it a little bit. And I mean, I think DeMart scored from first base on a stolen base, and you know they got a little sloppy there. But you take runs in games like this. You take runs when you can get them. I mean, you just try to create them as best you can because the gap is never too big. It's never too big. Because when people are playing for their lives, they're always going to have good at bats. They're always going to make good pitches. They're never going to roll over. You'll see that again tomorrow. That'll be a war tomorrow. So.
Carson, the way that the second half of yesterday's game went, where you guys started finally gets a little bit of offense going and everything. Did that help any kind of psyche and everything going into today?
Yeah, it showed what we've done all season, and that's we don't lay down, we don't give up, no matter how big the other team's lead is. We're out there to fight and we're out there to win. So whatever we can do to win, that's what we do. And I mean, yesterday I didn't have my best stuff, so other guys picked me up. We had some guys that had some big home runs, big steals, big defensive plays, and that's what makes us such a great team is the fact that we have all these other guys. If one guy isn't having a good game, or if two guys aren't having a good game, there's two other guys in our lineup that are going to have a good game. So that shows a lot for our team.
Jonah, you're a West Coast kid. What would your younger self have said about your performance today? Pitching on the East Coast in a super regional game 2, you gave your team a lift, and now you guys have a chance at going to Omaha, and you're a big reason why.
I don't have like an exact answer, but I guess more or less just believing in myself and trusting our guys and just going out and competing to the best of my ability, really. So my younger self would probably say good job.